Hello, good afternoon, and welcome. Lovely sunny day down here in West Sussex. Makes a nice change to be able to say that. It's not been able to say that for quite a long time. I'm just trying to unmute Peter because I muted him. Ah, it's got it. And I'll bring Peter and Keith in. Yeah,
Good
there we are.
afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, all.
And very welcome you are too. A number of people in already. I haven't got a count on this. I'm on StreamYard, obviously. I haven't got a counter on
Says
there,
11
but
at the moment watching.
11
But,
and building
there's,
by the minute.
yeah, there is a hell of a delay on there at the moment. About 20 seconds on between
Is it?
StreamYard and YouTube.
Okay, yep, yeah, which sort of tends to throw things a bit. But Pete Twisted Trees has just come in. Chris Dodds, good. Right, well, we know what I'm going to put you two in the background again.
That's the bonus.
And I'm going to slide my camera over to there because then you can see the lathe. I've got it because we're not actually doing much turning. I've set it up on the carving jig on the lathe just to support it for me. I've done my back in, so I've got to be a bit careful. So I've tried to get it to a comfortable position for me to work on. But that you can see the lathe. There it is, and that's the bowl we turned last week. All I've done is sanded the inside of it and sanding sealer. So apart from that, it's as we left it. And let's not go to that one. Let's go to, come on, that one. There it is, all set up, ready to go. And I should be working with probably that camera most of the time while we're cutting this groove, just so you can see. But I wanted you to see where we are because that doesn't really show very much. But I've zoomed in fairly close so you can see it. Okay, so if I can leave somebody, Peter or Keith, to tell me who's in.
I don't mind doing it again.
Thank you.
If that's all right with you, Pete.
Okay.
Right.
Yes, fine.
Welcome, everybody. And in order as you turned up, Tommy's Workshop was the first one in, followed by Martin Shepherd apologising that he won't be here, followed by Pete. Then Richard Phelan, Ruby Clare, Chris at Bailey's Woodworks, Todd at Glen Cove, Chris Dodds, all from down under, Chris. Where are we? They're all talking to themselves. Twisted Pete at the trees, he's in. Chris Glanville all the way from Devon, Cornwall. Not quite sure which one it is, but it's down the West Country. JPL Woodworks. Screen's jumping a bit. Greg Alexander and Amy from down under. So that looks like that's everyone mentioned. If I've missed any because it's jumping about a bit, let us know and we can give you a quick mention. We're not trying to differentiate between anyone, but welcome all. Pete and I will try and keep you handy informed as to what's going on in the chat. If there's any questions, put them up.
Thank you very much.
One of us, I'm sure, can answer. But, sit back and enjoy.
So you can see exactly what I've done. I drew the shape on here that I wanted. I've actually got a piece of carbon paper on the back of it, which I may, in fact, before I go too much further, I shall do it. Otherwise, this won't be there anymore. So I'm just going to run around the edge to give me some idea of what I'm doing, so that I leave a pattern roughly of where I want to file it out to. I'm using the Dremel for that. That'll be more of a round hole in this end, if you can see it. Not really. Whoops. Not a very steady hand, but never mind.
You've been on the bottle already?
I wish. Oh, yeah, something like that. That will do. Right. Up. Haven't used a coping saw for a very long time. Keep turning the blade round, we'll get there. What's the matter with that? Right, turn the blade a bit further and we'll be there.
This is where you've got to be careful not to put too much pressure on the blade, twist it,
Yes,
trying
yeah,
to twist
yeah.
it, because you can easily tear the little bit of the wood out there, which you want to keep.
Yes.
So I think Rob's just joined us at Copper Owl.
Afternoon, Rob.
Come on, stop mucking about. I thought it would be easier to remove the blade. It's obviously quite a strong spring. This is a saw I've not really used very much. This coping saw. Oh, that's got it. Now I should be able to unthread it quite easily. That's it. Now, given a bit of luck, we can take that off of there. And that off of there. That's that gone. I put masking tape underneath it so that I could actually hopefully see some lines, which I can. So that's good.
Yeah, just visible on camera, so you're
okay. Just visible, yes. It's not going to be as wide as that. It'll curve around, and then we'll make it a fairly narrowish bit through there.
Yeah, you don't want too wide a slot, otherwise the wheel's going to keep jumping out if you're not careful.
That's right. We had this discussion, didn't we, just after the last session?
Yeah, because there's quite a few on the market, Etsy and eBay and places like that, that I've noticed that have got nearly a 10mm slot in there, which is almost defeating the object.
I should make the end of the slot a bit of about a sort of 6-7mm diameter circle,
make it,
but then the rest of it will be more or less the size of that cutter. If this one works, I'm not an expert with a Dremel.
Right, well, we've got a few more we can welcome in. I see Mark's just come in, Gentleman Wood Turner, Paul Heighton, the Greasby Turner, Dr. Bob, Sid's Repurposing, another one from down under. So we've got the Aussies in now because of the change in time. So welcome everyone and all.
Oop. So I'm trying to avoid my Dremel affecting the camera. I had it hanging directly above the camera, therefore any vibration was moving it. I'm going to have to just lay it on the bench here, I think. That should do it. As long as I know where the switch is, which is there. What speed are we on? About that. Right. I'm sorry if this makes a horrible noise, but not much I can do about it.
Well, you can. You can turn yourself off if necessary.
Well, I could do, yes.
If it really depends how it picks up on the mic.
How's that sounding?
Bit ear piercing.
Is it?
Yeah, it'd be better if it wasn't. Right. You're on mute, but you can still hear us, Andy. Hopefully, just give us a thumbs up on your left hand if you can hear us. I'm not sure whether Andy can actually hear what's being said, but
I think he should be able to.
Yeah, he can. Good. That's okay. So this is mahogany, so it's going to cut fairly well. But what he doesn't want to do is burn it, scorch it. Because once you get that black mark in there, it's a bit of a cow and a bitch to get out.
I'm just going to mute myself for a minute because he's back out the front again.
Oh, you got Mower Man out the front, yeah.
Malcolm Douglas has joined us as well, did you? You didn't mention Malcolm, did you?
No, I've just seen it as you mentioned it. I'm trying to watch what Andy was doing, and you do tend to miss people. Yeah, I think that just showed what I mentioned just now. You have to be careful not to set light to the wood, and mahogany is a good one for that. You got a bit of smoke then, Andy, didn't you?
I did. I'm going to change the bit for another one, but I couldn't get it to stay in. Now I can't get it out. But I will be able to when I got a pair of pliers.
And Amy's put a question in there. Does mahogany usually turn easily and nicely? Yes, it does. It finishes really, really well, which is why a lot of the old carpenters and carpentry is done in mahogany. It's a very close-grained, fine-grained, slow-growing wood. So it takes definition. If you're going to put any carving on it, it's an ideal wood for that.
It's quite nice to work, isn't it?
It's just dusty. That is the biggest problem I find with it.
Yep.
Getting a piece of mahogany these days is well, it's a remortgage, isn't it?
Yes, it can be. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, because I don't think there's a lot of mahogany out there. Most of it now is sapele, which is slightly lighter and slightly softer wood. But if you didn't know the difference, you probably would never know the difference.
It's funny. Interesting to hear you say. Sorry, go on.
I'm just going to say they stain, the carpenters now stain up sapele to make it look a little bit darker so that it mimics mahogany better.
Yeah, I'm interested to hear you say about it being softer, because that was my feeling, was that it was softer, but in the books it says it's harder.
Oh, right.
Yeah, surprisingly, I don't know quite why, but they do, because I
Okay.
checked it. I checked it the other day when I advertised this as mahogany.
Hmm.
Of course, the name gets swapped around, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But
More generic now, isn't it?
it is, yeah.
So you've got Roger Kent's just joined us as well.
Hello, Roger. I'll mute myself again when I start with this, because it was obviously fairly unpleasant. So here we go.
So what Andy's using now is more of a, well, it is a pointed bit in the Dremel, so that he can follow the saw cut round. It doesn't need to go massively wide, and hopefully he can get inside as well to relieve the edge. Otherwise, it's quite a long sanding process.
Well, Doug Miller has joined us as well. Good morning, everyone, he says.
Oh yeah, hi Doug. And Dr. Bob's put quite an interesting comment in there. It's been a good 35 plus years since he made yarn bowls as a resale product. But during COVID, he's been asked for more. He's had more requests from elder care communities. I'm going to have to try and find my glasses so I can read it. That's better. Don't realise how blind you're getting. Right. You'll have to excuse the noise in the background. Pete's got the gardeners in, which is what you can hear on and off.
Just unmute myself for a moment. Yeah, Pete's muted at the moment,
Right.
so that should stop that. And I'm just trying to find another bit, because I think that one's sort of burnt out and not much use now.
It seemed to make quite an impression on it anyway, not as grabby as the first one.
That's right. Yes, the pointed one was much easier. I've now gone all the way round with it. I've got a little round one here. Looks like one the dentist uses.
All right.
That's got quite a. I can feel the teeth on the end of it. So let's have a guess. I'm bashing into the cameras and things all over the place here. Let's see if I can get this one
You're
in.
not knocking the one that's showing anyway.
No, I've moved. Moved the Dremel away from that. So I used the spanner to tighten it because it kept losing it. Oh, come on. That doesn't want to come out. That's got it. Let's try that one and see what that does. Tighten that up. Okie doke. Let's see what that does. Hold on. Turn my sound off. I'm not used to all this, you know.
Chris, I don't
Sorry.
think that's really necessary today because there's not going to be many shavings. It's only dust that's in the air, and that's all going to be sort of local as well.
But I've done it anyway, so.
But he's done it anyway, yeah. JPL, I'm doing quite well, thank you. Last week I was a week off from chemo. I've got chemo again tomorrow. It doesn't seem to affect me too much, but it's the following day or day and a half that I just feel very lethargic. For no apparent reason, just got no get up and go. It's all got up and gone. So basically the day after I'm just do nothing, and I'm quite happy doing nothing because that's about all I want to do. But thank you all for your concerns on me, and I know there's several of you asked in the past, and Andy has mentioned, and I've seen it in the comments as I've followed through watching it at a later date. So thank you one and all. It's nice to feel appreciated, or wanted, shall we say. Pete at Twisted Trees has got to go. Mike Waltz assisting him to make a flying goblet this evening live. So he's off to buy masking tape, splints, and a proper safety visor, I would think, knowing that it's Mike Waltz that's in there. And Roy's the boys just joined us. Thank you, Ruby. I'll see if I can get in. Depends how. Well, this might sound stupid, but it depends how tired I feel this evening, because it does knock it out of you, the chemo, even though it's 10 days since I had the last lot. Just don't often feel like doing much and interacting with people of an evening. So that's why you haven't seen me in many of the lives. And Grandpa Jim's just joined us as well. That's a name that I don't recognise, but I think he's been in here with Andy a couple of times.
Right, we have a slot all the way round. Needs a great deal of tidying up yet. But I want to take this masking tape off so I can actually see it now.
Is there any way you could slightly turn the turn-in anti-clockwise by a few degrees, 10, 15 degrees?
I
so
can
that
do.
it could face the camera more, or is that going to make it
I can do. I set it up to be easy for me, but is that better?
Yeah, you can go back a bit if you want to.
No, that should be all right. I think I can work around that.
Mm-hmm.
I sort of had that in mind when I was setting it up, but I thought I've got to have it so that I can do it easily, especially with my back being the way it is.
Yeah,
but no, that'll be fine because we've got the worst of it's done. I just can't see what's timber and what's bits of
paper,
masking tape.
Yeah.
So I thought, get rid of that. That's better. I can see the edges now. Take that bit from inside. There's another bit down there. That's it. Right, now then. Yes, I've still got quite a bit of tidying up to do. I can't catch it from this angle, I don't think. Let's try. I wonder if that is going to be anywhere near. Don't miss that one, isn't it? You can see not very well.
Not a great deal, no. We can see into the bowl, but we can't really see.
So I'm going to be sitting down here. Is that any better?
If you could focus, will that one focus
I
on
can,
the bowl?
No, it won't.
That's better.
That's better.
Yep. It's hunting
Good.
a bit, that's all.
Yeah. Yep. And you can see it's pretty untidy at the moment. But I can actually, I'm now sitting down level with it, so I can actually see what I'm doing, which is a great relief.
The purpose of the tape, Doug, was to, Malcolm Douglas, was to give Andy an indication as to where he was going to cut. He drew it out and cut on paper, which doesn't stick very well once you start cutting it. He laminated a piece of carbon paper in there, drew through the carbon paper, which actually left a mark on the masking tape. So
Because
that was the only reason for the masking tape, really.
That's right. The mark wouldn't have shown on this sanding sealed finish.
No.
So that was all it was about. I've got where it's going to be now, and it's just tidying it up. So I'm going to mute myself again.
The biggest problem Andy's going to have is working with such a small diameter tool, cutting tool, is it's going to leave indents, which he's going to have to take out manually with a bit of 40 grit or something like that, something fairly coarse. Or I think a file would probably be too fine, and a rasp would probably be too coarse. But it'll all get tarted up in a little while with a bit of paper, by pulling it through backwards and forwards on it. So unfortunately this week is the boring side of this turn in this little project, but it has to be done to make it viable.
The bit that he had on in the first place, the straight one, might work a bit better. Now he's got it all opened.
Might be able to get in there, but I think he burnt that one out, unless he's got a second one.
Oh, yeah.
Todd says he's got a white artist pencil for marking on dark woods. Yeah, this has been sanding sealed, Todd, so I'm not sure that it would actually pick up again on that. If you were careful and a good artist, you could probably draw it on with a permanent marker, felt tip marker, because you would be cutting the mark away.
Right, that's getting better. Got a bit more shape. I think get glass paper on that vertical piece there, both sides, and get the slope in glass papered. I think I can get it round there. I'm going to have a go with glass paper, I think, and see how we go. I'll cut a narrow strip of it and work it from inside and out and see how we go. Try anything once.
It should even out the burr marks that you've got on it.
Yeah, I've got a few. It's not,
go on.
It's not disastrous.
No.
But just needs a bit of tidying up.
Yeah, Dr. Bob's put in a comment as a hint. He said he hates hand sanding of the J hook or the cat's tail, whichever you want to call it. Back last November, he was talking with a craft director for one of the communities that he chats to about the sanding, and she told him to include nail files.
Yes.
I've just had another thought as well.
Oh God, you keep them to yourself, Pete.
Sandpaper wrapped round a knitting needle.
Possibly, yeah, possibly.
Yeah. If you were to fold that in half, Andy, so that it was double,
yeah,
that might go around the bends a bit easier.
Yep, I'm just really concentrating on this straight piece at the moment. I've got 80 grit in there.
80, yeah.
So it's fairly coarse. I can actually see it moving this wing a little bit. So I've got to be a bit careful with that. I have also got some very small files, which I should be trying later.
Ruby's put a comment in there. If you're using cloth-backed sandpaper, which Andy is, it's cloth-backed Velcro paper. Take a narrow piece and twist it, and then move it through the groove.
Yes, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I'm just working my way down to get. I can get part way around that corner like that. Just with this as it is. I'm just sanding the top surface at the moment. It's actually working quite well. So I'm not
bad abrasive, that end arser.
No, it's good stuff. It's flexible enough, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's gone around that curve very nicely, if you can see that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we can see that.
Yeah. It's gone down around there really very nicely. There's obviously always a danger that we can rip that end off.
See it flexing anyway.
Yeah. It is a bit, but no, you can't.
You can at the top.
Yeah. This whole bit's moving, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So Malcolm Douglas has come back in and says you could use a nail board stuck to an old electric toothbrush. All the comments are coming in now. And Wesley Hannah's just joined us.
That's not working badly. It's got a lot of tidying up to do yet, but it's not working badly. Let's get you up there. A bit more on the inside.
You've got 22 watching and you've been running for 35 minutes, Andy.
Thank you.
This is the time-consuming bit.
Yeah.
Which we knew it would be. And I think that was a wise call last week to make it a two-parter.
I think so, yes.
You were about an hour and 10 last week, I believe.
That's right, yes. I've been Well, certainly just over the hour, wasn't it? So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. I'm now going to
Fortunately,
get
there's
my.
nothing more boring than watching sanding, but that's about all you can do.
But it's sort of interesting in that it's a bit of a challenge with this particular shape.
Yes.
So there are lots of ways. I mean, we're coming up with a few of them anyway. Lots of ways of getting around it. Well, I'm still not muted, am I? No.
No, you're okay.
Right, we have a selection of files here. Oh, there's my Stanley knife. I've been looking for that. Yeah, you can sort of nearly see them.
See
Quite
enough of them.
Quite a selection of little ones. Let's do this round one. See if we can get somewhere near what we want in the middle. Oh, there's a lump come off it. It's not bad. It's not bad. I've seen worse. Flat one. There it is.
Jennifer's just joined us as well. Jennifer's Craft and
Hello, Jennifer.
Hello, Jennifer.
Good afternoon, Jennifer.
She apologises for being late. I think she's only just got up. But we won't say anything about that.
No, wouldn't dream of it.
No.
Half round.
Most the boys put a question in there. Have you got a Dremel type? Mine sanding bit that would fit in the hole. Mini sanding bit that would fit in the hole.
No, don't think so. Got quite a selection of bits and pieces, but I can't get the camera on it. Not easily.
We can just see it.
Yeah. But I can't see anything that's going to go through there.
Without making the slots so big. Yeah.
That's right, apart from what I've already tried.
Mm.
I've got another pointy one here.
Yeah, the drum sander on the Dremel was a bit too big for that, I think.
Yeah. I've got a whole selection.
15 mil, aren't they? Something like that.
Yeah, that's.
No, there is a smaller one that you get, which is about.
Yeah, I've got it here. It's about
6 or 7 mil, something like that.
I've got one here, but I can't get it out. I can get it out, but not easy. Oh, there we are. I've got it. If I put it on my file, there it is.
All right.
That's the smallest one. But it goes on. It's got a bit for sticking it on.
Got an arbor in there. Yeah.
Somewhere. Oh, there it is. Yeah. But that's not going to go through. I don't want to make
the slot too big, wouldn't it?
I don't want to make it that size. So yeah, it's unfortunately I've lost that one now. Oh, there it is. So I'll put that back where it came from. The other thing I've got is some wheels. I have no idea how well they work.
They won't work, will they? Because they're too flat.
Yeah, I could get down to there, and that's about it.
Yeah, I think they're for metal anyway.
Are they? I don't know.
I believe so. If they're ruby.
I've got some pink ones, and I've got some green ones. Oh, greeny grey colour.
Yeah, I
Those
believe
ones.
they're both for metal.
I'm not going to
Yeah.
get far enough to make it
No.
worthwhile, to be honest. So I've not really used this set.
Yeah, they're
bought them
grinding discs, aren't they?
I think they
Yeah,
are. Yeah,
little
probably.
mini grinding things. Yeah.
Yeah. When I bought the Dremel, I bought this lot, and I've hardly used it. But no, I can't see anything else in there that's going to help.
No, elbow power.
Yep. Because any of these disc type things, like those, I mean that goes in there, but I can't get around the corners,
Yeah,
so
it won't twist.
no, it's of no use to me. So no, nothing there. No, that's not small enough. Nope. 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 Definitely not. So we'll forget that lot. Put that over there.
Careful sanding.
Yeah, I'm just going to try
quite a bit of it.
Quite a lot of it, yeah. It's worse. When it's on end grain, it cuts. It doesn't want to cut with the grain on the bottom here.
Mm.
So it's going to be sanding for that. I'm not aware that anybody makes a sanding drum which is this small.
No. If you got your 80 grit and coiled it up very tight, you could actually put it into the drill chuck on your cordless.
Oh, I see. Yes, true.
But you'd need to be right up by the chuck
So
to get it to work fairly efficiently.
A little bit of it.
Mm.
Put that over there. It's all good fun. This is what it's all about. It's challenging.
Yeah, it's picking up ideas from other turners, isn't it?
Coming up with a solution. Yep.
Yeah, everyone's ideas. And Jennifer's put in, come on, guys, don't forget the thumbs up.
Thank you, Jennifer.
There's only 19 thumbs up and there's 23 watching currently, so
I'm not sure whether that's going to work. We'll shove it in there and twist it and see. No. It's just cut it off where it was gripped in the chuck.
Oh, right.
Possibly gripped it too tight, but oh no, that's jammed in there. Yes, a bit risky that. So let us continue.
Just turned up. Or
Sorry?
made himself. I guess who's just turned up or made himself known?
Ben.
Mr. Jammin. Yes, Mr. Jammin.
Young Ben.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what it's going to be, Ben, at the end of the day. Narrowish strips, pulled backwards and forwards.
That's going to be too wide, I think. Yep. So we'll halve that.
So what sort of slot have you got in there? What's the width, basically, of that?
It's about nearly 5 mil there, about 3 mil up here.
Uh-huh.
No, it's not going to go in. That's too thick. That's the one I had. Where's the other one gone? Here it is. Try that. I don't think it's going to work, but we can try anything once.
It's flexing that left-hand wing a lot, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I always knew this was going to be the most difficult part of it.
Mm.
So there's no surprise there.
No. No, if you want to take anything off, take it off the meaty side on the right as you look at it, rather
Yes,
than the
yeah.
flexible side of the on
Yeah.
the left.
At the moment, I'm just trying to get it smooth. What's there? Oh, it's getting warm in here now. Shouldn't complain, should I?
No, no. At least you can open the door.
Yes, I could. I've undone the zip on my jacket. That's the first move. It's improving all the time, so it's reassuring.
Well, mahogany sapele does sand quite well, whichever
Yes.
it is.
Fortunately.
It's relatively soft for sanding or good for sanding. Not saying you'd want to do that in oak or ash. That would be a little bit more like hard work.
Just a bit.
Mm.
Let's come around the top here. That way. It is sanding quite nicely, actually. Better than I expected, which is always reassuring.
Well, at least we're better off than what Wesley is. He's just saying 2 weeks into spring and it's snowing and blowing today.
Oh, good.
I think old man Winter is drunk. Yeah. Well, we've just come out of a very cold, wet March into a slightly warmer, sunnier April. So hopefully
It's
we're
really
on
quite pleasant today, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. There's not the wind out there that we've had.
No.
Because that wind was an absolute killer last 3 weeks.
Oh, dreadful, yeah.
Mm.
Oh. It's shaping up a bit.
Good. Sounds like it's taking a bit of a toll on the breathing.
Yeah, I'll move back up. Right, now then, there's a slight mark there, a little bit of mark there, but it's not bad. I'm quite pleased to be able to get into the stage where I can say that. Let's take a bit off the edge. And then we'll fold that in half. And put it into that hole. I had thought about drilling that hole in the middle, but I thought if I do, it's likely to split out on the inside.
Yeah, and blow out because you've got nothing
Yeah.
to hold the back in, have you?
That's right. No, and you're putting pressure on that weak wing as well.
Mm.
You know, so there's a good chance it would split across there. So decided against that. Come on, get round the bend. Just a little bit there. It's come loose. Oh, it's that. Oh, that's better.
Chuck unscrewing itself, was it?
It was the pillar unscrewing
Oh,
from
right.
the blue bit.
Okay.
Yeah. Same effect.
Mm.
That's better. A little bit down here.
Yeah, there is that thought that Wesley, drill it first. But
Yeah,
that
I
would
did
be
think
the
about it.
only real way to do it. You couldn't drill it after you'd made a cut in it.
No, I agree. I did think about it, but I decided against it.
Mm.
All right, this is actually beginning to look more like it now.
You got rid of the teeth on it now, have we?
Yes,
Yeah.
because that's what you really don't want. Yeah, I can see me spending quite a lot of time tinkering with this.
Mm-hmm.
But I should not bore everybody with it. It is shaping up though. It's getting more to the shape I wanted it.
We can see it taking shape and the dust
Yeah.
coming off anyway. So
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, there's a little rough bit in there, which I should get rid of. It's got a scratch in it there. Get rid of that bit of glass paper. No problem.
probably caught it with a coping saw, did you?
Probably. Yeah.
Mm.
Caught it with something, certainly. There's another little one up there. I think that was the Dremel. I remember slipping up there.
Okay.
But that'll sand off. Not a problem. I'll stick it back on the lathe and spin it.
You go careful. You don't get a catch on it.
Oh yeah, no, I should make sure it's feeding the right way. Nearly.
Yeah, I think Ben, you would want a fair bigger bowl to be able to get the portable bandsaw in. This is only a 7-inch blank, if I remember right, from last
6 or
week.
7, yeah, something
so
like
you haven't got a lot of a hole there to get the
it's
end of the
less than that.
bandsaw
It's
in.
135 mil outside to outside.
Outside, it's just 5.5 inches.
Yeah. So
it's only a 5-inch hole in it.
yes, I
So it
did.
would
Somebody,
need to-
some
Go on.
somebody did tell me that they'd used a jigsaw to do one of these.
Yeah,
I
I've
can
seen
see that,
someone
but
do that.
I can just see it tearing like mad.
Yeah.
So I decided not to risk that one. It's quite a useful set of files I bought. So they weren't expensive. Oh, there's a bit up there. You're very nearly seeing what I'm seeing. this camera here is right at my eye level, getting in the way. Well, that's better. Sorry, go on.
I'm going to say you're coming up to the hour.
Yeah,
57. So
I think I should give it a squirt of sanding sealant just to steady it all up, and then I should just fiddle with this. It's going to be thoroughly boring, so I should fiddle with this.
Could be another 2 hours work on that, couldn't it?
Yeah. But I should do it at my leisure. But at least it's beginning to get there. You can see what we're aiming for.
We can see the shape anyway.
Yep. So I'll take that off of there. Come on. It's there somewhere. There it is. Right, so give it that out of there. Useful little stand, this though. Because the way my back was, I didn't want to be bending down. trying to get to this. But that worked quite well, so. Right, move that light out of the way. Stick it up there. This back on there.
JPL's back off to work. Thank you for sharing.
No, thanks for coming along.
Yeah.
Oh. Right, we'll reset the cameras a bit. Because they're all wrong. That one can go back up there somewhere. Roughly there.
That's close.
Looks better from up there. And then the other one is that one, which is not doing anything very useful.
Can you focus that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just zooming back out a bit and focus just there. That's better.
Dr. Bob's come up with quite an interesting comment. When he makes yarn bowls, he starts from the hook end, the centre,
and comes out
the hook before he finishes cutting the jay, snakes, cat's tail, call it whatever you wish.
Yeah, I can see the logic.
Can see the logic. Yeah.
Yep, I can. Thanks, Dr. Bob. I will be making another one because I've got another blank. So I should make another one just simply to sell. But I should bear all that in mind, all that sort of thing. This is, as I said earlier, this is the first one I've ever done. I'm reasonably pleased with it. There's still things I can improve, which I should do as I'm fiddling around with it. I've got another job to finish off, which was the goblet I made at the club demo.
Right, and he also says he uses the pink cylinder stones to sand and shape.
Okay,
Uh,
that was the goblet.
that was the goblet, yeah. It looked quite good, quite delicate. I found that the stones, Dr. Bob, clog quite easy if you're not careful.
That's what I
Particularly
wasn't
with
sure
wood.
about. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's about this. There's about 3 mil
Okay.
piece of
Sho-
ash,
showing off then.
basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't mind. I'll admit it.
Yeah.
No, it got some interesting comments, and if you hold it either end, you can actually flex it.
Twist it. Yeah.
But I've just got to finish the sanding off. But it's I was quite pleased with it, with that shape stem, just something a bit different. So, but that is just showing off.
Well,
And
the
this
answer to
one,
that is that you've got something to get hold of. You can get hold of a 6 mil stem that you can't get hold of a 3 mil, 4 mil stem.
yep, true. And that I think was, where is it? It doesn't show the yellow colour there. I put that down as mulberry, but I'm not sure it is.
Can't see, it's not focusing on the grain.
Is that any better?
Not really. You're a bit too close to the camera, I think.
Yeah, I was trying to show it.
Is it mulberry or is it Iroko?
I don't think it's Oroko. It's doesn't smell like it.
I thought Iroko was darker than that.
The stuff I've used before was, yeah. But it's a very light, very pale yellow, but it's distinctly yellow, which I know mulberry is.
Okay, right.
But
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know where I got it from. I think it may have been a bit of yours. But
don't think
yeah.
I
Anyway,
squared up any mulberry.
this was that length and square, yeah. So, but as I say, I don't know what it is. I started to make something from it and then left it because we ran out of time and I wanted to have a chat. But I quite like those mornings when you just chat.
Yeah.
People stand around watching and making all the right comments.
Well, most of them do.
Well, most of them, yeah. Martin flashing around with his camera. I didn't even see him doing it, but it's come out on the newsletter, so.
Mm-hmm.
I think that needs a new blade in there. Right, I'm going to take this. Basically, take the sanding sealant off it. Some have gone through the grades. That'll look all right. It's taken off the scratches and things that were on it quite nicely. Oh, and the inside stayed very sound. Corners are still all there, which is good. Oh, excuse me.
That's the worst bit, the inside.
Yes, yeah, but that's actually stayed nicely. I should run a bit of glass paper around it, but you can't. I don't think you can see it, can you? Not really.
You can see it's nice and square anyway. So.
Yeah, it's actually better than the outside in some ways. So good. That's as far as I'm going today then.
Right.
2:05, and we've got a visitor, so should look good when finished. I agree with you, Chris. Thank you very much. And I shall make another one now, having done one, and just experiment with different ways of doing things. Clean the stones on the backside of an old leather belt glued to a block of wood.
That's the pink stones.
Yeah,
you were
yeah,
talking about. Yeah.
yeah. Or probably the leather wheel on the other side, that other end of my Tormek might do it. Possibly.
Mm.
Anyway, let's
Well, you got some nice comments anyway coming through now.
yes. Yeah, because this was strictly speaking was an experiment. I mean, I had no idea how it was going to come out, but
You knew what you wanted, but you didn't know how to get there, basically.
yeah, basically, yeah, because I had lots of things to experiment with, and I'm actually not unhappy with it. So it's good. It's good. The pink stones, that could be these ones here that he's talking
Yeah,
about.
it is. I think.
Which are I can't get them out. There. Let's just put me on my own.
I think that's what he was referring to.
Those ones there, and there is one that's fairly small. That one, if you can see that one,
Right.
is the smallest one there. You can certainly get to the edges with that, just to chamfer them off a little bit. But again, it's something I can experiment with.
Have a play at your own speed, then.
Yeah. And not having played with this set, it'll be interesting to do it. There's nothing to tell you what they all do or for.
No,
it's great. So just experiment and play with it and see what happens. So good. Okie doke. Well, any other questions from anybody? Great job, Andy. Thank you, Grandpa Jim.
well, I think we've covered the questions as we've gone through.
I think you have. Yeah.
Don't think anyone's crept one in without me seeing it.
I haven't seen any other than ones you've asked.
Nope.
No, all the cutters that I've got are diamond cutters.
Yeah, I haven't got any of those in here. Well, I've hardly any. Just
the
the
problem
ones
with
I've
that is that they
used.
Yeah, they do chock up quite easily with dust.
They do, and then they burn.
Yeah,
and they're also such small diameters that they tend to sort of cut ridges.
Yeah,
which is what I was discovering. The glass paper certainly was easier in terms of not leaving ridges. It took the tops off and left the bottoms. So yeah, so just looking through. Do you have a small 1/8 inch down? No, I don't, but I could make one. Wrap the sandpaper around that. Yeah, there are lots of possibilities, aren't there?
4-inch nail.
Yes. Even that might. Well, Tommy's got glass paper wrapped around it. Even that might be a bit
too heavy.
Heavy. Yeah. But some of these bits that I've been using, where I've burnt them out, I could wrap a bit of glass paper around that, glue it on, because that's only 2.5, 3 mil diameter. I don't know. I can try it.
A little bit of super glue on there.
Yeah, I was thinking to glue it on. Yeah.
Dab it on the right way.
Absolutely. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Good. Okay, that's lovely. Well, thank you very much, everybody, for coming along. Thanks to Peter and Keith.
My pleasure.
I'm so glad to see you for the third week running. Second week running, isn't it?
Second week running.
Second week running.
Yeah.
So, no, really good to see you, Keith. Glad you're up to it.
Next week might be different, as I've got chemo tomorrow. So
yes,
I just can't guarantee how I shall feel.
No,
for me, it makes me tired.
Yep. But I'll send you the link, and then you've got the choice.
Shall we say?
Yeah. You'll have the choice. Then you can do whatever you feel up to.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely fine. So that's good. Lovely. Well, thanks. I don't know how many people do we have today. Do you know?
There was
22. I've
22
seen
at one time.
All right. Oh, that's not bad.
23.
That's not bad, because that'll be up to 40 by the time I get indoors.
Yeah.
Always happens, doesn't it?
Yep.
Good. Okay. Lovely. Well, thank you very much, everybody, and see you next week. I don't know what we'll be doing, but we'll think of something. I've got various little projects on at the moment, but it could well be something in nature of a bowl or platter or something, because the competition for the club next month is a platter, with an inlay, which
Oh,
could
I
be
saw
different.
something about that in the newsletter. Yeah,
Yeah.
Hmm.
yeah.
I wasn't going to take part because I'm organising competitions these days, but I might do. I did last month, and I won it.
Yeah.
Only because nobody else entered. But so yeah, I might do. I'll see anyway. But we may well do a platter because I've nearly sold all my platters now. So
Right.
I need to stock up a bit.
Mhm.
So we may well do that. I'll just have a look through, see what timber I got. I got plenty.
Or if you can do an inlay, you can take a slither off a piece of yew, turn it round
Yes.
and set it in,
Yep. Yep.
something like that,
Mhm.
depending what wood you use.
I think probably be ash. I think that's what I've got most blanks suitable for a platter.
Mhm.
But I'll have a look around. I've got a piece of pitch pine as well, but it's
It's a bit coarse.
huge.
Yeah.
It's a bit huge as well.
Yeah.
I've turned it round and I've got the mounting point on it, but I don't actually. I think it's one that you gave me, Keith. I seem to remember. Great big thing.
Oh yes. Yeah. Yeah, because it got 2 or 3 knots in it, which will make quite
indeed.
a nice.
Yeah, 3 quite nice big ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one and one right in the middle on that side, but not on the other side. But anyway, that'll come in one day for something.
Mhm.
Good. Okie doke. I shall love you and leave you. Alison will be back in with her friend, who's come to see us all the way from Devon, sunny Exeter, somewhere down that way. And so I better go and say hello to him.
Mhm.
Good. Okay. 2 weeks in the spring, it's snowing here. It's not good. No, lovely. Okay, so I shall press the button and see you all next week.
See you all next week.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Possibly
Oh,
see
sorry.
you next week.
Sorry, no, nobody's seeing you at the moment. There you go.
No. No. Cheerio.
See you all
Bye,
next
everybody.
week. Bye.